I don't want to like shit on Chainlink or something. I actually don't know that much about it, but you know, the idea shout out Chainlink. The idea is not like there's not a moat behind it. I mean, I was just going to say, you can tie in a lot of the lines of thinking that have been shared on these shows into like a very straightforward story, which is that crypto and currency as a whole is a social phenomenon, right? In which case, it takes time for these things to play out. It takes time for people to accept that the world is changing. And, you know, if you study any form of technological wave and adoption, you'll understand that like the initial Trojan horse is a good sort of way to exemplify this, but the initial emergence of a new technology is typically not the end state. And if anything, ends up being more of a proof of concept. Now, that can mean that that initial thing ends up evolving over time. It certainly has a first mover advantage, but if anything, it has functionally proven that people getting together under a very powerful idea can create a ton of value in society and can disrupt a system that we can all agree is not working, right? And so it solves a real problem. It does it at scale. And, you know, as Pluterme said recently, you know, it has the potential, and I think that's a key word, obviously, like we have to make sure that it actually happens, to help with some form of wealth redistribution or something of the like, because the only people who have the risk appetite, the tolerance, the patience, you know, the willingness to sit through all of this quote unquote volatility is the people who can't even see it, right? And want to stand for something larger than, you know, number go up or number go down, and want to shoot so high that, you know, I don't care if my $100 turns into $10,000. I want it to turn into $1 million. Otherwise, I'm never going to touch it. And in order to get to $1 million, you have to be so insane in the first place that you might not even touch it when it gets there, right? And a rich person is just not good at that. Like, they're not going to be able to do that. And so I think that plus Tans actually had an amazing tweet the other day. It was probably a month ago, where he said that SPX is the only idea on the market since Bitcoin where it was so powerful that people exited, made a lot of money, and couldn't find anything else, and were forced to sort of get involved again, right? And
quite literally.
Yeah, I think that also says something, because the reality is this isn't not financial advice. This isn't to tell anyone, you know, what to do with their money. Like, I think anyone who wants to sell a certain amount at a certain time or have their own plan or do whatever should do that if they want to. I don't know. Everyone can do what they want to do. But there just really aren't long-term holds that make a ton of sense in my eyes. And this is one of the very few, like sub maybe 10 assets in the world that you can make the argument it makes sense to hold and be a part of.
SPX is teeny tiny crypto coin less than a cubic centimeter, able to carry the whole. If we could harness the power of God, could we flip the S&P 500? Deep within the clandestine vaults of SPX 6900 Labs, a radical research experiment codenamed Project Aeon sought the answer to this question, but then, the unexpected happened. A phenomenon known as a quantum glitch occurred, sparking life into 3033 eons, beings neither of this world nor wholly apart from it. These entities, birthed from the crucible of human ambition and cosmic anomaly, could save us.
And when Murad had the best explanation for this, where it was like people who buy SPX ask themselves one very simple question. Have we flipped the stock market? No. Then let's keep going. Then we're going to keep on going. And it's like, oh, okay. And again, there is no chart. There is no chart. But I just want you to know that flipping the stock market is going to take some time, and nobody is shying away from it. Nobody. Oh, but you're delusional. Oh, but you need 16. Shut the fuck up.